That's better. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is England Jones, and I have with me tonight, Ireland, well, just down the road from me, actually, Spike O'Sullivan. Spike, how you doing?
Very good, Ingram. Yourself?
Still refer to you as Spike O'Sullivan or Irish Spike O'Sullivan, or just Irish? What is it?
Irish. I'm going to go with Irish tonight.
Irish, that's it.
Yeah, Irish tonight.
People who, I'm not sure who Spike O'Sullivan is, just give people overviews as to who you are.
I'm the man that's going to beat up Ogogo pretty soon. I'm a middleweight contender for the middleweight championship of the world, and I'm looking to beat up the Dancing Queen as soon as possible.
Okay, your last big fight was against Chris Eubank Jr. What did you learn from that fight against Chris Eubank Jr., Spike?
Not a great deal, I don't think, really. I got my ears bursted in the second round, and because there wasn't much else there wasn't much I could do about that, really. And I tried the best I could to take him out. As progressively it gets worse, your vision gets worse, and your balance, and that's just what happens when you get a bursted eardrum. It's not a great deal I learned. It was nothing that was any bit new to me, really. Nothing that I hadn't come across before, really. It was just unfortunate that I got my eardrum bursted. I'd like to fight him again down the road. Okay.
And since then, how have things been in terms of the comeback trail? What's been going on with that?
I've just been in the gym, tipping away, keeping in shape, and there was a possibility of fighting the 30th of July in America, but that didn't happen. So I'm looking maybe September now. I'd like to fight Ogogo next if possible. He called me out.
Okay.
He called me back. He called me out back in February, and he said he needed a bit more experience at that stage. And since then, he's had that experience. He has had what he said himself. He said he wanted to knock out a few guys and gain a bit of experience. He's done that. He's knocked out 3 guys in the last 4 months. So he's got to be a man of his word now and step up and back up what he was saying. Fight me.
Take you back a bit here, Spike, because I've seen various. Saw you with a monocle in your eye. I've seen you consider yourself now English. I think the last time before that, when we first started talking, it was you and the Froch'S thing. Now it seems to be you and the Eubanks. What is is it obsession or love for the Eubanks? Talk to me about that.
Just a bit of banter between the fans. Having a bit of a laugh. That's about it, really. Just messing about.
But is there, and I mean, in terms of the banter that you're having, you're getting a lot of fans from it. Fans are enjoying it. What inspires you to do these things? And the video you did, I found absolutely hilarious. What inspired you to do that video?
I find having a good laugh it's therapeutic. It's good to laugh and good to enjoy yourself and make people enjoy themselves in turn, and just a bit of a laugh. And I find it's good to laugh, basically.
It's making me very concerned, Spike, because I it makes me wonder whether you're gonna one day probably do one of those on me. Because is anybody in your path, you will.
You're next, Ingram.
Right. So tell me, we've got people in the room. This is people in the room and people on Bayloric TV. They always want to find out what the latest news is, and let them something they have to say for themselves. Okay.
Okay.
First, we've got a Robin Red Carp Fishing. Good evening, right. Gary Ingram. Good evening, Robin. Tom O'Brien, 2004 says, "Speak up there, Spike." I had neither me nor you was audible to anybody else in the world. Mark Smith 2, yo, evening, Spike, AK Irish, and Mr. Jones. Robin Red, Cart Fishing Test. Hello, Spike.
Hello, lad.
Tom O'Brien, 2004 says, "This is a great interview." Okay, we're going to get started. Robin Red, Carp Fishing says, "Spike, get rid of that tash, mate." Keep this hash. Leon Jones says, evening. Michael Redman. Ingram, Irish. Evening, boys.
Good evening.
Michael Redman says, what's the crack?
What's the crack?
Two says, Captain Hook in the next pantomime. What do you think, Spike?
What's that?
Pantomime. Captain Hook.
Oh, yeah.
Yourself.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, maybe in Cork or...
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have the cane, so why not?
Michael Redman says, Seed Ingram's throw. Go on, son. Yep. I'm growing the afro. Going down the afro route. I just want to grow the afro out because I'm thinking it's a head afro. Leon Jones says, Dancing Queen, laugh my head off. He's talking about what your reference to Ogogo. Ogogo, sorry. Robin Red, carp fishing. Eubank was way better. That's what he learned, says Robin Red, carp fishing. What do you think of that? Was Eubank that much better? Is that what you learned, Spike?
I don't think he must have watched the fight. He bust my eardrum the second round, and I wobbled him a few times and broke his nose, and so I don't think he was much better. And I think he was glad the fight was over when it was.
Okay. Leon Jones says Ogogo is terrible.
But he's an Olympic medalist, and he's got 11 undefeated fights as a professional. I know they weren't up against opponents, or maybe the best in the world, but I think he's not a bad boxer.
Okay. Well, we're not going to talk about any heavyweights at the moment. We're going to move on. 68 Triumphant. Nice to see you in the room. Good evening. What moustache wax do you use, Spike?
Dax wax.
Mr. Redmond says you copied off Jermaine from Jermaine. No, I didn't copy it off. Copied it off me. Okay. Leon Jones says Ogogo got a gift decision to even get a bronze.
I can't really remember his Olympic fights, to be honest about it, but I don't know. He got the medal, I suppose, and that's what counts. But I don't really know great. I didn't really watch the Olympics. All right, well, I did watch Olympics, but I can't really remember his fights. He didn't stand out to me, and
yeah,
to be honest.
Of course, James DeGale was the guy that a lot of people were watching at the time from the Olympics because he obviously went on 1 gold, but he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was. Went on to win the World Cup.
The last time we spoke, giving a preview to Eubank Jr. versus Blackwell.
Yeah.
Having seen that fight now, I never got to catch it for the post-fight. Bring me up to speed. What were your thoughts on the post-fight for Nick Blackwell, Chris Eubank Jr. in your opinion?
I think Nick was too brave for his own good, to be honest, and too tough. And it was very unfortunate what happened to him, of course. And I don't think Eubank was wrong either. I mean, he's in there to fight, and it's up to the referee or whatnot to stop the fight. And, it was a tragic night, really.
It was. Did you feel Eubank had gone up in your estimation after that fight, or not?
Yeah, Nick Blackwell was a very good boxer, and I think Eubank is improving all the time. Yeah. And
then Eubank's next fight, he knocked a guy over in a couple of rounds. I can't remember the guy's name again now.
It was Tom Dornan. He's actually quite a good fighter. Dornan, and he was undefeated, 18-0 as well, and Eubank absolutely demolished him, which was quite impressive because I don't think Dornan's a mug either,
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we had the Eubank Jr. making the big statement that he was going to fight Gennady Golovkin. What are your thoughts on the whole Eubank Jr., Gennady Golovkin, Eddie Hearn, Chris Eubank Jr., Frank Warren cycle?
I think Eubank Jr. probably would have fought him. Personally, I think he would have fought him himself, just down to contracts and whatever happened there. Why the fight didn't happen, I think Eubank Jr. himself would have fought Golovkin, and I would have given him a good chance as well.
Why would you give Golovkin?
I think he's probably quicker than Golovkin. He's more youth. Honestly, he's got youth on his side. He hits pretty hard. He's quick, and he's got a good chin as well. Uh, I'd give him a good chance of in that fight.
So his chin is. I mean, did you feel you had enough shots on his chin to say, yeah, this guy takes a great shot?
Well, not necessarily. I don't. My balance wasn't so great. After the second round, I was just kind of swinging and hoping for wherever I could land on his head. I never really got him in the chin. I just got him mostly flush in the face. I don't think, but it would have knocked over a lot of guys. The punches that I got him flush in the face with, but I think he's got a good chin. He took those shots.
Does that, as a fighter, when that happens, and I mean, I'm not out clean. If I knock out like that, Chris Eubank Jr., do you say to yourself, well, I thought I was? Or do you think, no, this guy's got a great chin and I'm a great puncher?
Well, you do come up against very tough guys like Eubank Jr. could never knock me down. He could never knock Nick Blackwell down, and he might be the same as himself. Some guys are almost impossible to knock down, and yeah, I didn't actually fully catch your question because it was breaking up there.
Yeah, just in terms of punch power, do you think that your punch power has found a certain level, or do you think your punch power has found a level now, or do you think that fighting and a world-class chin, for example?
No, I wouldn't think that a lot because going back to the Anthony Fitzgerald fight, who I knocked out in one round. I mean, he took Andy Lee's best shot, who's a big puncher, renowned big puncher at world level, and Hassan Adami took all his punches, went distance, both those guys. I know that if I connect with a guy flush on the chin, no matter what, if they're the same size as me, like a middleweight or light middleweight, they'll be going down. And I've dropped even bigger guys, so I wouldn't be inclined to think that.
Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We've got people hit the room now. Leon Jones says, Spike, do us all a favour and send him Dancing with the Stars on a one-way ticket. I think he's referring to Anthony Ogogo there.
What is it? What do us all a favour and get him with him, is it?
Get rid of him and send him on a one-way ticket.
Reception's getting really bad.
I'll repeat the quote again. He says, Spike, just do us a favour and send him Dancing with the Stars in the US on a one-way ticket. And that's from Leon Jones.
Thanks, Leon. I'd absolutely love that fight, and he'd be seeing stars if he gets in the ring with me, for sure.
They won't be the kind of stars who want to dance. Well, maybe he might dance with those stars on Queer Street.
He'd be lying down on the canvas and he'd be looking up at the lights thinking he's on Dancing with the Stars.
Michael Redman. Haha, tush on Jermaine. Okay. You will see my channel. Here I am again. Hello, good to see you. Daniel Mulherin, I hope I've got your name right there, Daniel. Baylor, can you ask Spike about Eubank's punching power? Spike?
Yeah, he's got decent punch power. He caught me with an accumulation of punches after he bust my eardrum. Became difficult to duck the punches. My vision started to kind of taper down and get bad as well as the fight progressed. He was catching me pretty often. He's quick and with speed kills, so when you throw a punch quickly, it also carries power and the elements surprise when you don't see him coming. But I consider him a good puncher.
What happened after the fight? Because you said a few things about him and it all got a little heated. What happened after the camera stopped rolling? And you did that at any point?
We spoke briefly. I don't think we'd be two guys that would get on with each other. We come from different backgrounds, I think, and not necessarily that means we wouldn't get along just because we came from different backgrounds. But yeah, we did speak a little bit, but not so much.
So what's the what? I mean, you said different backgrounds because I don't want you to be kind of be ambiguous about that. And people might say, what do you mean different backgrounds? So in terms of different backgrounds, are you talking about class? Are you talking about are you like as a person, Spike? So for those who are listening, they might want to know, watching, want to know what you mean by that.
Yeah, I consider myself a lot more humble than he would be, and I think he's pretty arrogant, in my opinion. And I got the impression when you speak to him, he kind of looks down on you as a human being, as boxers, but just he thinks he's a person from a higher class or something like that. He's like very, I wouldn't like his attitude. You know, he's very disrespectful.
Okay.
You know, that kind of.
Okay, fair enough. I want to hold the GGG Brook thing back. We're going to talk about Eubank. We did just good evening, Alan. We've got some more people in the room. J124 and careful with gin. Interesting. Have you moved down in weight? Are you down at light middleweight now, Spike? Because I didn't think you would have done.
Not yet. Like I started at the outset of my career. I started off in the professional debut in 2008, January, and I was a light middleweight then. And opportunities arose at middleweight. The Irish middleweight title became vacant, and I got the offer to fight for it. I fought for it, and I won it. And an opportunity arose to defend it, and then I got an opportunity to fight for the WBO international title at middleweight as well. And just opportunities kept on arising at middleweight. I continued to fight it that way against Billy Joe Saunders and Eubank, but I was a light middleweight, but I just stepped up just because the title became a vacant, and that's where all the opportunities arose. But I think I could probably go back down to it. Depends on what fights come up. But Anthony Ogogo called me out, so I'm very open to fighting him if he's going to back up what he's saying.
What's been your opinion of Anthony Ogogo? Because he said a lot. He's done a lot of talking. I remember he was very critical of Chris Eubank Jr. when he knocked that poor guy. So to say for himself, what is your opinion of Anthony Ogogo?
I don't really know him too well. He's a bit. He's got a big mouth for sure. He's got a big profile through his Strictly Come Dancing and the Subway commercials, I think, more so than what he's achieved in professional boxing. And he's got a lot to say for himself as regards boxing. So I think it's about time he stepped up and proved himself and that he's not just all mouth.
Can you deny or you've been walking around Ireland or Ireland looking for?
Hello?
Spike. There you are.
Spike,
can you confirm or deny that you've been walking around guys looking for? Did you hear me there?
I heard a part confirm or deny that I've been walking around Ireland.
Yeah, looking for Anthony Ogogo.
I'm not quite sure I'd find him in Ireland, to be honest. I'd say he's staying well out of this place, well away, as far away as possible he can from me.
So, what about in England? England hunting for him.
Yeah, I was looking for him in England, right? Yeah, that's true.
It was in England you were doing it. Okay, good. Glad to hear it. Okay, let's see. There's more people in the room. Okay, there's lots of people in the room here. I'm going to ask you the question. How do you see this fight between Gennady Golovkin and Brook?
Well, I think
we'll talk about Gennady Golovkin Brook. Hold on, let me not talk about Gennady Golovkin. There's a fight between Spike or Sullivan and Cal Brook go.
What's that?
A fight between Spike or Brook. How does that go first?
Well, I think Cal Brook is a very good boxer. He's world champion, but I think it's a big ask for any fighter to move up to weight division, especially against a world contender or a world champion. It's one thing moving up against the two weight, moving up two weights and fighting a lower class opponent. But it's another thing stepping up against a good fighter two weight division above you. I think it's a big ask.
Maybe it's Chris Eubank Jr.
What's that, sorry?
How would Kell Brook do against Chris Eubank Jr.?
I think Eubank Jr. will beat him also. I just think I not simply because of the size. I think Kell Brook is, as I say, a very good fighter, but I just don't believe the odds are stacked against you moving up two weight divisions and fighting a top class fighter. I'd be inclined to pick the bigger man.
So, okay, if he can't beat Chris Eubank Jr., supposed to beat Gennady Golovkin.
Well, I think Chris Eubank Jr. could beat Gennady Golovkin possibly, but I think it's going to be the same outcome regardless if he fights me, Eubank, or Golovkin when he moves up against a high quality operator, two weight divisions above him. I think it's a tough thing to do.
Kell Brook made in a statement in his interview, said, I can't wait to get hit by Gennady Golovkin. I'm not worried. I don't respect his punch power. What are your thoughts about him saying things like that?
I think it's a bit naive, stepping up two weight divisions against a phenomenal puncher. I think it's stupid to say he doesn't respect his power. I think that's a stupid statement to make. I think he should have respect for him. Maybe he doesn't fear it is one thing, but he should show respect and try not get caught if he can.
He says he can't wait to get hit by Gennady Golovkin.
I like to see the reaction after the fight, and will he have the same to say about it afterwards?
Very interesting to see. Moving up, do you think he can retain that same speed? I don't think he's the fastest of welterweights. Do you think he can retain that speed, those reflexes, and still be effective at middleweight, and then be able to pull off the same stuff that he's done at welterweight at middleweight?
I don't think he can. No, I think he probably might be a bit more sluggish, maybe a little bit peppy in the first one or two rounds, but I think it'll catch up with him, and I think he's going to get a long night for him.
I mean, in sparring, you've sparred guys that are a lot heavier than yourself. What's the differences for you that you feel when you're physically sparring somebody that's bigger than yourself?
Well, they're obviously stronger. They've got bigger punch power, I'd imagine. It's more concussive.
Mm-hmm.
They're more concussive. They can feel the weight behind their punches continuously, and they can push you. When you have to push against them, it's hard for you to push against them than it is for them to push against you. You have to make more effort, and it's more tiring for you.
We've got a gentleman by the name of Brennan Bread, and he says, ask him, does he rate Conor Coyle? Talk to me about Conor Coyle.
Conor Coyle, yeah, actually a very nice lad from Derry. I sparred with him there recently. He's gone over now to America, trained in Florida, and he's a very good boxer, yeah. He's got good potential, and I look forward to following his career. He's a very nice guy as well, and done some sparring with him recently. He's definitely a good.
Okay. That's people texting you, I take it.
Yeah.
Got people saying, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I turned off the notifications on Twitter, so that was just an particular thing.
For another one, can you believe we are just like a couple of hours away from one another? It's like you being cool. Well, maybe a few hours away. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I didn't hear that again there.
I said it sounds like we're in two different countries.
I know.
Okay, let's go on the next question. The question is Dave Thomas. He says, Spike, are you ashamed to have quit against Eubank when you seem completely fine? I like you and support you, but I was disappointed.
Well, I actually didn't quit at all. My corner pulled me out. They wanted to pull me out much earlier. I bust my eardrum in the second round. Pascal wanted to pull me out after 4. He knew he's been my trainer. This is our 9th year together, and he knew that my balance was off and that things weren't working. I just wasn't myself, and he knew, like, by the way it was going, that I wasn't going to win at that stage unless I landed a good punch. And I begged him to leave me out for the 4th and the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and he continuously said to me, one more round. And the 7th, he warned me. He said, "This is it." He goes, "If you don't take him out, you're not going out again." And just as I walked back to the corner, he waved the fight off. So I'm definitely not ashamed, no.
Okay. Leon Jones counters what Dave Thomas says and says, his eardrum burst. You can't keep your balance, and he was taking shots. It was a right move.
I think, especially hindsight, what happened, Nick Blackwell, Chris Eubank is a serious, ferocious rate and a lot of big work rate, and he doesn't punch very softly. He punches pretty hard, and just continuously taking punishment basically, and anything could happen. I think the way things were going in the fight, I was never going to win. I don't think, my balance was off. I couldn't really. My vision was blurred. It was getting worse as the fight went on. When he was in front of me, standing, kind of waving his hands, they were blurrish to me, and then I was getting caught with punches that I didn't see coming, even though my eyes seemed fine. There was no cuts or swelling in my eyes, really. Well, there was the one in my right eye a bit, but that wouldn't really affect my vision. It was just the pressure on my head, my equilibrium, and I think my corner made the right decision.
Okay. Mark Smith 2 asks, does Billy Joe Saunders give Gennady Golovkin more problems than Eubank Jr.?
I think he could do. Billy Joe Saunders, I think, is possibly the hardest guy in the world to hit, besides maybe Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather's retired now. Billy Joe Saunders is very, very difficult to hit when you're in there with him. You deceive, and I was only sitting with ringside with Andy Lee at the weekend for the Patrick Island fight, and we were discussing it's one thing watching Billy Joe, but another thing when you're in there with him. He's a very good fighter, very crafty, and he always seems to find a way to win. And I think I could see him beat Golovkin, outpointing him as well. And Billy Joe Saunders has a lot more power than people think as well. His timing is really good, and he's quick. And he wouldn't maybe be as strong as I would be, but his speed and his timing, they add up to equal power. Speed kills, same as Eubank.
How would a fight go between Andy Lee and Spike O'Sullivan?
I don't know.
That's an interesting fight. Two Irishmen.
It'd be an exciting one for sure. Be bombs away.
Absolutely. Let's see. We've got other questions in the room. Let's see here. If given the chance, would you sign with Eddie Hearn, Spike?
I wouldn't mind to sign with Eddie Hearn. I like fighting on Sky. I love it, and it's great fighting on Sky basically for all the Irish people. When I fight in America a lot, it's wrong hour of the morning, and not as many people get to see it.
Okay. Question I want to ask is, in terms of conversion rates, guys that leave Dublin or leave Ireland to come to the UK and fight, what's the conversion rate in terms of victories versus defeats? How many times people come from Ireland, guys come from Ireland, fight in the UK and win titles and get results positively? Or would you say it's still UK fighters are more favourite?
UK fighters are more favoured than the Irish, is it, in the UK?
Well, I don't mean in that sense. I mean in terms of, like, you've got Highland that came over, yourself has come over, and and a few other Irishmen have come over and fought. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, lately the UK have been doing better for sure.
Why do you think this is in terms of do you think it's the training? Do you think it's the sparring? What do you think it could be? Because I know a lot of the guys from Ireland go to the US and train and fight in the US.
I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on really. I think maybe time in the fights and maybe the English guys have been kept more busy on a regular basis, possibly than the Irish guys. I think.
One man that's been very successful over the weekend, Carl Frampton.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely amazing performance, brilliant. It was a great fight and a great result as well. More importantly, just really enjoyed that fight. I watched it later.
Back and forth.
What's that?
Back and forth.
Oh, it was terrific to watch, and his conditioning was supreme. I went to the Highland fight, and that was in Leeds, and I drove back down to Liverpool with my friend Matt, and we watched the Frampton fight in Liverpool. Brilliant it was.
So when you went to go to England, did you fly or did you get the ferry?
Oh, I always fly.
You always fly, no ferry?
No, never.
Aer Lingus or Ryanair? Aer Lingus or Ryanair?
Well, I always pick the cheaper one, whichever's cheaper, to be honest. And if the flights are too expensive, I swim over.
You joker, Spike.
I like to do a little bit of swimming, and I chop off. I drop off then on an island along the way and chop down a few trees.
Who's Irish signed to now? Who are you signed to? Are you still signed to the Murphys?
Still signed to Murphy, yeah.
In terms of signing with Murphy, do you feel that that's her career in terms of getting you the big fights, or do you feel that it's not as, how do I put it? Is it as effective for your career as you thought it would be signing for them?
Well, at the time, I was just at the knockout on Andy Fitzgerald, and Eddie Hearn said he was interested in me, but he couldn't get UK fighters to fight me. So only for going to the US and getting some fights with the Murphys boxing, would have been stale really. And they got me a nice fight in Madison Square Garden. They got me a title fight on the undercard of James DeGale, and in turn I got the Eubank fight after that, and they've helped me progress. And they're good people, and they look after me. So,
would you ever sign with someone like Al Heyman?
Oh yeah, I fought in Al Heyman's cards twice as well, I think. The Murphy's boxing are a good firm. They're tied in with Al Heyman. They're tied in with Lou DeBella. With Golden Boy. Steve Orman is fighting this weekend with Murphy's. They have good connections that way.
What people got to say in the room. If there was a big fight offered to you, Spike, would you move up to super middleweight?
Yeah, I probably would, yeah.
Okay, could you make super middleweight easy?
Yeah.
Okay. Thomas asked the question, does he want to fight Ogogo now or wait for him to have a few more fights to build the fight a bit more?
I want to fight him tonight.
You want to fight him tonight?
Yeah.
God. What do you take into the fight from the Eubank fight to now this fight of Ogogo? And contrast the styles and what's different between the two?
I think they're a little bit similar, but Eubank has a bit more experience, obviously.
There are question marks about Ogogo's chin. I always heard he had a bit of a suspect chin.
Yeah, I've never heard that now myself, to be honest. Never heard it. It's the first time I've ever heard it. I don't know great.
Yeah.
I've just seen it mute and
yeah, that's a Twitter. Somebody on Twitter, I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, I turned off the Twitter notifications just so for this for the Skype call. That's just regular messages and probably Viber and WhatsApp. And
Yeah. Maybe a Ogogo, maybe Ogogo's promoter.
I doubt it. I very much doubt it.
What about a clash between yourself and Macklin? Matthew Macklin?
Yeah, I looked for that fight a few times. I don't think he was really interested, but that's he's retired now, so I wish him the best.
Spike, this is 68 Triumphant says, Spike, who would be your ideal opponent at 168 for business and legacy?
Good question.
Great question.
A great question. Jeez. I don't really like Froch'S. I think he's an absolute bellend. Am I allowed to say that? I just said it. But I think I would love to fight him. Don't like him at all. For legacy wise as well, because he was obviously 3 times world champion or 4 times and he's an absolute fucking.
Did you know he fought at Wembley?
Are you serious? Never knew that. I knew he does a lot of swimming and going trees, but that's news.
Was it 80,000 people? Was it 60,000? Right? Was it 80 or 60? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Ask George Groves.
Okay. Would you box potentially someone like George Groves?
I would. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Moving up to someone like super middleweight, do you not get concerned? Maybe durability would be, fighting guys who would punch them that much stronger, or do you think that would be not a problem for you moving up?
Well, I sparred with Frank Buglioni when he was fighting for the world title, and he managed to drop Chudinov, the world champion, and he never dropped me. So I think I'd be okay. I think I'd do okay. I feel quite strong that way.
In person, and you were talking about looked at you. This is coming like a week or 2 before the Eubank fight, and I looked at you, and there was not much flesh on you whatsoever. I mean, I was surprised, and then I'm thinking, well, it would be difficult for you to move down to light middleweight. How would you propose of moving down to light middleweight? God, well, but you're a little older now, so how would you do that?
I thought Eubank, I came in at 165 pounds, came in a pound under the middleweight division, and I didn't struggle too much. I think I could drop down another 5 for sure.
So come fight night, how much do you weigh on fight night?
Probably around 12.2. About 12.
So super middle, just over super middle?
Just over super middle, yeah.
Like Canelo, who boxes comes in like a light heavy.
No, I come in at like 12.2.
Okay. He says, Lakvinder Singh says, is Ogogo still with Golden Boy? Yeah, I mean, he was at Golden Boy at 1 minute. Then I think he was he not with Sauerland?
Yeah, he's with Sauerland because I wasn't quite sure myself who he was with, so I sent a tweet just last night. I said, well, Anthony Ogogo's promoters, please stand up, and Sauerland responded, and they said they're standing up, and
are they standing up? Are they standing up to say, yeah, we'll give you a fight, or they stand up just to say it's just us, and they sit back down?
They stand up and sit back down, and they've Anthony wrapped in cotton wool somewhere in hiding.
You guys talk more about Froch'S, please.
Hang on.
Yeah, that is confirmation that you need to talk more about Froch'S.
Yeah, let me see. What you go this? Or shall I get a carrot out of the fridge and stick it on like that?
What has caused your dislike for Carl Froch'S?
I just think he just loves himself too much, and I don't like his commentary. He speaks about it when he's commentating other fighters. It's all about himself. He done this, he done that, and he just can't stop talking about himself and looking at himself. And
yeah, I remember the statement he made about you. He said, "Oh yeah, Spike needs to sort his defense out. He's getting hit with too many punches."
Yeah, exactly.
He was like defensive genius, wasn't he?
Exactly. It's the kettle calling the pot black, or whatever, or the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, yeah, he said I'm too flat-footed and I'm walking in, and he used to do the exact same thing himself. I was unbelievable. Yeah.
So where did it all kick off from you with you and Carl Froch? This underlying dislike of Carl Froch.
What did he say? He said something about me being like a domestic level or something. He said.
Yeah, he called you domestic. Yeah, and McCrory said to him, "No, you can't say that about Spike or Sullivan. Just domestic."
That was it. Something like that. And then I was like, the fucking cheek of him. So I gave him a bit of grief back. Because I never liked him.
And
I did.
Did he?
I thought he was a great fighter, to be honest. Like, he was a very good fighter, tough bastard, but he's just he's just too arrogant and talks about himself too much, and I just don't like that, his style.
But do you separate the fighter from the actual person? Because I mean, you can have a great fighter, but a person can be a complete idiot.
Yeah, that's
it. I mean, he might be a great fighter.
Yeah, like that's it. Like Chris Eubank, for example, he's a very good fighter. I'd be a fool to say any different or say anything otherwise. But as a person, he's a flunker. I wouldn't like him, but he's a good fighter. I'll admit he's a good fighter, but as a person, no. What's that?
Have you come across Froch recently?
You know what? It's funny. Just the other night in Leeds, people were joking. They're saying, "Oh, Froch is outside and this and that." But no, I haven't actually bumped into him at all. No.
And if you saw him, and if he saw you and you saw him, and he said to you, "If you've got a problem, we can have a straightener out on the beach or in the car park and on the cobblers," would you have a straightener with him on the cobblers?
Yep, I'd fucking have a straightener with him, and I'd straighten his nose from as well at the same time.
That was coming somewhere. Oh, Spike.
You
make me laugh. Okay. What do you? He goes. Leon Jones says Froch is insecure. John Up says, is Spike jealous of Carl's chin?
No. Why would I be jealous of his chin? I was never on the ground. He was on the ground. I was never on the ground.
J124 says you don't need a defense when you have a brick wall for a chin. Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's true.
Lekvinder Singh says Froch versus Chuck Norris.
Froch. You give him a chop of his nose straight into the neck. Take him out.
Mark Smith 2 says bigger prick, Froch, Eubank, or Setback.
Who's Setback?
Well, he's a reporter.
Oh shit! I'd have to give a.
Okay, Eubank and Froch
joined first place.
You
have to buy 2.
Okay. Justin Hall says, Spike, who do you think would win now between Chris Eubank Jr. and Billy Joe Saunders in 2016?
It'd be a very interesting fight like it was last time, but I think Billy Joe Saunders, if he had enough notice and was fit enough, and yeah, I think Billy Joe's a bit too good of a boxer for him, too much of a good boxing brain.
Alan Hurst asked the question, has Spike got any more film roles in the Spike pipeline?
I do indeed. One coming very soon.
Can you give us any sort of indication of what this movie is going to be about?
Yeah, I'll give you one hint. I've got the Ogogo.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, Lee Jones says you've got to give Froch some credit. He's got a tasty missus.
Bloody hell! I was thinking that. I was saying if I have a straightener where I straighten out his nose because his missus like a a 9 or a 10 out of 10, whereas he's a 4 himself. So if I straighten up his nose, he may be about a 5. Or Rachel.
Oh, Frampton versus Barry McGregor. Who wins that fight?
Frampton. Barry's about 70 now at this stage, is he?
No, man. Like, what about McGregor in his prime versus Frampton?
Frampton will win.
What about Frampton versus Nazim Hamed?
Oh, jeez. Well,
at featherweight.
You see, Pereira took out Prince Nassim, and I think Frampton's not too unlike Pereira. So I think it'll be Frampton.
I'm talking about Hamed before he went to Emmanuel Stewart under Brendan Ingle. So Brendan Ingle's in his corner versus
Frampton could win it. Or Naz could win it by knockout because Frampton's been down before, but he got back up. But I think if he got hit by Naz, he might be staying down. But it'd be an unbelievable fight. They should do a computerized version of it. It'd be great to watch. But I could see either man winning it. Frampton points or Nassim knockout, one or the other.
A little higher. Frampton versus Zuma Nelson.
Who?
Zuma Nelson.
Or Frampton.
Nelson was the guy that Barry McGregor didn't want to fight for all his career, avoided him. Every time they mentioned his name, McGregor found himself a Zuma Nelson.
Yeah. I go for the draw on that one.
A draw on that one.
20-1 in the bookmaker. I go for the draw.
Okay.
Actually, I had money on the draw.
You have money on
the. I had 20-1 Frampton Santa Cruz. I had money on the draw, yeah.
Okay. John asked I'll go to J124. He asked the question. Can he do a Chris Eubank senior impression, please? It was coming. It was only a matter of time.
Ingram, I have to go soon. I have to tuck Junior into bed, so I cannot stay with you for much longer.
The man is just an animal.
Junior, go to bed, son. He wants me to read his bedtime books.
John says, surely Spike must respect what Froch'S has achieved. Anyone, never ducked anyone, won't took him to school, that's it. Modern professional, just a bit of a bell end, scrap at times, but one of the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The utmost respect for him as a fighter. Tough, very entertaining. I loved this fight against Lucian Butte. I thought it was a defining moment in his career, and it's an amazing night. And I thought he just done incredibly well that night, beating the undefeated Lucian Butte, demolished him, and I got the utmost respect for him as a fighter. But I'd have to agree with you there. Outside the ring and as a commentator, complete fucking bellend. King of the Bellends.
I'm not quite sure if I'll title the video of this after King of the Bellends, but anyway, we'll think about it. We'll ask the people in the room what the title of the next video should be with you, Spike. Michael Redman asks, "Our video should be shot Irish, the doctor surgery for the Ogogo video."
Oh yeah. I'll agree. Yeah. I'm going to book him a bed now in the hospital, actually. Is he on Twitter, that guy, is he?
Who's that? Ogogo?
That guy that just asked that question.
Yeah, that's Michael Redman. Yeah, he's on Twitter.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to get his address here. Michael Redmond.
Michael Redman, yes.
Okay.
R-E-A, Reedman. R-E-A-D-M-A-N.
R-E.
R-E-A-D.
A-D, yeah.
I can send it to you afterwards if you want.
Yeah, do, yeah. If you actually send me as a Twitter address later. What is it again? Michael
Redman. Reedman. R-E-D-M-A-N.
Yeah, man. I'm going to send him a little tweet there when I get off this interview.
No worries.
So it's just at Michael Reedman.
That's the one.
Yeah. I'll send him a tweet there later. Of Anthony's.
Don, you need to work on the whistle. Well, I guess that's Eubank Jr. Aaron Hurst says, can Spike tell us his favourite joke? He's a funny man.
Oh, jeez. Not a good joke. Really. No, you caught me. You put me on the spot. No, can't do it. No.
Leon Jones says the Butte one was a bit special. Spike, what was your ABA record like?
I like about 115 fights, won about 100 of them. But that was, it's like AIBS, Irish Amateur Boxing Association. So
Yes.
something similar. We got a good standard here as well down in Ireland. We got a really good standard in the amateurs. Like I was national champion of Ireland. I represented Ireland as an amateur as well.
Okay. Do you reckon you could beat Martin Murray now?
Martin Murray?
Yeah, at middleweight.
I think I could, yeah. He's a good friend of mine, though, and he's a really nice guy, and I wouldn't be too particularly keen on him. He's a lovely guy. Very, very nice. We've sparred before and that, and I wouldn't really like to fight him.
Okay. So, okay. Let's talk about the guys. If you couldn't get a Ogogo, then who else you could in the middleweight division? Who would you fight? Give me 5 guys you would fight now. If you couldn't get 4 more guys you can get if you couldn't get a Ogogo.
I haven't really thought about it too much. I'd like a rematch with Eubank Jr. I'd like to fight Gennady Golovkin.
Okay, Gennady Golovkin. Why would you want to fight Gennady Golovkin? Is this? I mean, people fight Gennady Golovkin for different reasons.
Well, because I've always aspired to be the number 1 in my weight division and have a good legacy, like Carl Patch's favorite word, my legacy. I love to have a legacy. You know, I'd like to be remembered as a great fighter and have fought the best fighters, and he's considered the greatest of our time right now, and that's why I'd like to fight him. And I'd love it. I'd be buzzing to get that fight. Canelo Alvarez as well. I know he's moved on to be Jermaine Taylor. It's that other guy in America, Daniel Jacobs, good fighter as well, and he got a world title, so maybe him.
Good fight yourself and Danny Jacobs bombs away.
Yeah, exactly. Love a little tear up by that, I do. It's great crack. Good for the fans. And
what do you think of Danny Jacobs fighter?
As a fighter, brilliant. You look what he done to Kid Chocolate, demolished him.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like Daniel Jacobs. I think he's a good guy as well. I met him once or twice, and he's a miracle man. Yes, survived cancer and they go on and become world champion. His story is just, as they say in America, it's totally awesome, man. And a big fan of his. But I'd like to fight him.
Of course, I understand that. Just that business sense, really, for yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. And an opportunity to win the world title as well, and great. I love it.
Okay, another question I'd love to ask. Trainers, what will you work on? I mean, people talk about levels. What do you think you need to do as a fighter, world level, and actually become world champion in the middleweight division, or the light middleweight division, or the super middleweight division?
Well, I fought Billy Joe Saunders, who's no world champion. I went 12 rounds with him, and unfortunately, 2 times I fought Eubank Jr. and Billy Joe. My eardrum burst in both those fights. So I think I'm up there, and it caused them both trouble, and I think I'm at that level.
Okay, so your eardrums burst in both fights. Is that something now maybe you may have to consider changing your style slightly? Maybe being more defensively minded? Maybe no.
No, it was something I looked into actually. I was actually considering retirement because I thought there was a weakness in my ear, but I had to wait some time to see the consultant, and he told me there was no weakness whatsoever. It was just down to bad luck to continue on.
Okay, that's refreshing to hear. Um, Spike, give me some information about the Irish team and fighters from the Irish team taking part in the Olympics.
Oh, the Irish team taking part in the
Yes.
Olympics. Yeah, I know the lads taking part in the Olympics. Quite a few of them I know. Obviously,
Okay.
Kate Taylor is the woman.
Yeah.
Paddy
Is
Barnes
she
and Mikey.
going to Olympics? Is
Yeah,
Kate
she's going to
Taylor
the
going to Olympics?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Oh, that's good news.
And we've got Paddy Barnes and Michael Conlon are favourite in their weight divisions to win gold as well. So we've got a really strong team going out there.
Rivals to any UK rivals to Conlon and Barnes?
I don't follow the amateur boxing that much, to be quite truthful. I just follow the Irish guys, the guys that I know. So I don't really know.
Okay. Would you ever consider switching trainers?
No, I'm with Pascal from day one, and I'm happy with him.
What does Pascal bring to the table for you as a trainer? What does he do for you?
Well, he's vastly experienced. He learned straight off. Goody Petronelli and Freddie Roach in the States, and he's a good trainer and the best in our country.
Okay. Everyone says Spike is a big puncher. Is that natural, or does he do certain things in camp to produce knockout power?
No, it's just natural, to be honest. Just born with that, luckily. Very fortunate.
What's the difference between training in Ireland, UK, and then going to America?
I didn't fully catch that question. I think you said, what's the difference between working out in Ireland and in America? Is that what you said?
In America, the UK, because I know you've done sparring in 3 different locations. I mean, what's been the difference in the 3 areas, 3 countries?
In England, Ireland, and America, is it?
Yes.
Well, they're all a bit different, I suppose. Like the Americans, I think, are good and very relaxed. The Irish like to have a scrap, and the English guys like to have a bit of a scrap as well and box a bit. They have a bit of a mixture. They're all a bit different. I really enjoyed training in America as well. My favorite part was wrestling the alligators in Florida. I really enjoyed that. It was tough, but it was wild, and I enjoyed it. Crazy shit.
Would you fight in the Olympics given the opportunity?
No, not no. I would have when I was an amateur, but I had a kid at 18 and I never went to the Olympics or never even attempted to make it when I had the kid at 18. And I think my time is gone for the Olympics, and it's time to leave the younger amateur guys have their glory and their only to build up their profile. And I think I don't agree with professionals fighting in the Olympics.
What are your thoughts of pro fighters taking part in the amateur?
I think I don't agree with it. I think you want to be a bit of an asshole to apply for it, in my opinion. I think the amateur guys should get their opportunities, and it's their chance to try and raise their profile, and it's not very good for professional fighters to coming in and taking. I just don't agree with it.
Okay.
Eubank typically applied for it. That's just him. I think
I'm surprised.
as well. Amir Khan applied for it as well.
I'm surprised that Froch'S for his legacy.
Yeah, that's true. You're actually spot on. I'm shocked. Ration might have wanted to be going on holidays at the time or something like that. Who knows?
Okay, you mentioned Amir Khan. You'd met Conor McGregor before, correct?
Yeah, I sparred him twice before, yeah.
What was it like with Conor? Sparring with Conor, what was that like?
That was good. He's a good guy and good fighter. Southpaw, good.
As a boxer, there are question marks about his boxing ability. You're a boxer. You could tell us more about that.
But I think he predominantly does stand up in the UFC, and he's quite successful at it. And I think he's quite a good boxer as well. I think that's his main strength in the UFC.
How would you rate his chances of, if you were to rate him as a boxer, division is quite clear about those UFC weight.
Shit. Sorry, hello?
How much does he walk around at?
He walks around about 180.
180?
I think so, yeah. Maybe 170, 170, maybe 170.
He's quite a small guy, isn't he?
He's not that small. He's about 5'8", 5'9", I think.
Okay, fair enough. So where would you rate him? If you were going to put him tomorrow, the world ratings of boxing, or the European ratings of boxing, or the Irish, British level of boxing, where would you put Conor McGregor in terms of his skills? Like, and where would he be? Like, if you were going to place him tomorrow in the ratings, where would you place him? And why?
I'd give him a top 20 ranking, I'd say. He's a pretty good boxer, and he's a southpaw as well, which I think is an advantage as well.
Top 20 British, top 20 European world?
Maybe in Europe.
Okay. And then when we're talking about Conor McGregor and that crossover fight between McGregor, with that, even though you know McGregor, where do you fit yourself? Where does that fit in?
In a boxing match?
Yes.
I don't think he'd have hope. Maybe they're all there.
Not a hope in hell.
Not in my opinion, no.
Why is that?
Because Mayweather's never been beaten, and McGregor's not a boxer. He's not a proper boxer. He's fighting arguably the greatest fighter of all time, and he's definitely not going to win that one. No way.
What did you make of his defeat to Diaz, who's got a good stand-up game himself and can box a bit?
Yeah, he spars with Andrew Ward, that Diaz guy. I think McGregor's going to be up against again this fight, in my opinion. He's naturally a much bigger man, and it's like Brook and Eddie Golovkin. I think when you step up against bigger men, they have more resilience, and when they hit you back, it's harder as well. So I think it's really going to be tough.
What are your thoughts on Stephen Ormond in terms of his position and can he possibly go on and win a world title?
Absolutely. A lot will be told this weekend, I think. When they fight the Mexican guy, he's 19 fights undefeated. So if he can beat this guy, he's going to fight for the world title next, and I think he could become world champion. Definitely.
Okay. Patrick Hyland's fight against. We're going to go back to that fight against Josh Warrington. When you leave England and you fight someone like Josh Warrington, is there a belief to know you're just trying to do the best that you can? I mean, what is that there? What was the thinking in the Irish camp?
Well, to be completely honest with that particular fight, I think Hyland's fight prior to that against Gary Russell Jr., he got beaten badly. But he was in great shape going into that fight. I think Gary Russell Jr. is maybe like the best out there in that weight division, I think. He fought Lomachenko and was narrowly beaten, and he's looking to fight Lomachenko again. I think Gary Russell Jr. is a really elite fighter, one of the pound best fighters in the world, and I I think Patrick Hyland had went into the Warrington fight in the condition that he was in for the Gary Russell Jr. fight. He could have definitely won the fight against Warrington, but he was only a shadow of himself in that fight, I believe. He struggled to make the weight because he'd been out of training ever since the Gary Russell Jr. fight, and he trained more to get weight down than to train to improve and train to box tactically for Warrington and skillfully, and it was just predominantly about losing weight this camp, and he's absolutely knackered going into that fight, and I think that's what happened in that fight. Although Warrington is a good fighter, they want to take anything away from him, but I think Patrick Hyland in his day, would have had a very good chance.
So you've got the featherweight division now. Frampton's a part of that. Frampton, Gary Russell Jr.
Jeez. I thought Frampton was up against Santa Cruz. I think he'll be up against Gary Russell Jr. But with his performance against Santa Cruz, I don't think anything is beyond Gary Frampton.
Frampton Rigondeaux.
I think Rigondeaux is the best of them all. I think he is the best. Again though, looking at what Frampton done, you could never write him off against anybody.
I didn't think he'd get Cruz would overpower him. Get on top of him late on. But Frampton, what a performance!
Amazing.
Let's see. They've got people here still saying. Daniel1992 says, "I sometimes train in the Celtic Warrior Gym. It's a great place."
Daniel,
go ahead.
Yeah, Daniel. I think I know Daniel. Yeah. Ask him.
Yeah.
Ask him. Is he? Ask him. Do I call him Daniel's son?
Daniel's son.
Same man.
Okay. Are you the same person? What's his name, Spike?
Daniel's son.
Son.
Yeah.
Okay. In a moment. Okay. Let's throw this one at you. Same day weigh-ins or 24-hour weigh-ins?
Oh, definitely 24 hour. Anyway, I think is better. Gives you more time to recover. Rehydrate. Get your brain rehydrated. I think definitely at least 24 hours. Definitely not less. Because if you're dehydrating for the weigh-in, it can be very dangerous. Much more damage caused to your brain.
But don't you think? But don't you think if you prepare better, you don't have to have that concern?
I think lots of guys just boil down so low that it's unavoidable.
Okay, fair enough. Would you multiple belts or just one world champion?
I think it'd be more prestigious if there was only one world title, but multiple belts makes for better business, makes more money for more opportunities for guys out there.
Okay. Box Nation or Sky Sports?
What do you think? What do you think?
It's not. I'm not Spike or Sullivan. It's not
Sky
my
Sports.
show. It's your show.
Sky Sports.
Okay.
I think.
Showtime or HBO?
What is it?
Showtime or HBO?
HBO. You know what? See, if I go for Sky Sports, more people have it, more people watch it. Box Nation is more subscription, and less people get to see it.
Okay. Henry Lennon Jr.
Buffer. Has to be.
Buffer?
Buffer above everybody. Buffer's the man, besides me.
What gloves do you wear?
What glove?
Yeah. What favorite gloves? Grant. Why Grant?
Because they're the hardest. Although, you know what? I wore a pair with Frank Warren. They were Queensbury. Bloody hell. They were made out of horsehair. They were harder than my hand. So hard.
Okay, Justin. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go on. Go ahead.
Justin Hall. Justin Hall asks, can you ask Spike any chance of a signed glove for charity for my son's hospital?
Tell him DM me.
Direct message Spike, and he'll be more than happy to do that for you. Daniel 1992 says, no different, lad. Haha.
No different.
That's a different person.
Oh, different. Right.
Yeah, he's different, lad. John Earp says, Spike cracked me up when he said he had been chopping trees with the twig in his hand.
Yeah.
Realistic. Ask him to use Froch'S impression. Oh, no.
What does he want?
He wants a Carl Froch'S impression.
Okay, hang on. Let me think. Floyd, before I knocked out George Groves in front of 80,000 at Wembley, I've done some swimming. I chopped down some trees myself, working on my power. Did you do that? Work on your power.
Oh, Spike. You need to have your own show, I think. I think you need to have a YouTube channel, and once a week you need to do something like this. Alan Hurst, how many hours a day does Spike train?
Half an hour. A week.
And that's it?
Half an hour.
Half an hour a week.
No, depends on what's coming up. I train sometimes 4 times a day. When I was coming up for the Eubank fight, I used to train 6 days a week, no less than 3 times a day. You know, for maybe 6 hours, 7 hours. Resting in between each session. Just go to bed and eating the right foods and relaxing and recuperating, getting ready for the next session. So hard. Good.
Okay. Karen Priestley. Hello, Karen. How are you? Good to see you. Just hello, Spike.
Well, that's my my friend Karen. Yeah, good to see her. Great to see her in the room.
Justin Hall says, "LOL. I effing love Spike."
Thanks very much.
Mark Smith too. LOL. Michael Redmond. Can Irish do a junior impression? Oh, dear, my God.
Daddy, will you read me a book, Daddy?
Who wins?
Who's that?
Wins.
Hello?
Yeah. Gennady Golovkin versus Andre Ward. Who wins?
Andre Ward. Yeah. I just think he's bigger and he's so crafty. He played with Carl Froch, you know, and I think for me he's the pound for pound greatest, even above Mayweather. I think he's just on his day he's just unbelievable. My favorite fighter.
Kovalev versus Andre Ward.
Andre Ward. And Kovalev was shit in his last performance, but he looked very good up to then, like he's an animal. But I think again, Andre Ward, I think he's something special.
Andre Ward versus Spike Sullivan.
I just try him. I'd bring my cane and I'd beat the shit out of him. Lacking on this.
Has Spike ever took a hiding off of Roy Keane?
Nah, he runs every time he sees me. Runs for his life.
Are you joking?
That's why he moved out of Cork over me. He was the second most famous man in Cork and he couldn't handle it. And he was terrified of me as well. So
So you've met Roy Keane before then?
what's that?
You've met Roy Keane a few times then?
Oh, I did, yeah. Roy Keane was my idol, by growing up. Legend. I love Roy Keane.
What's he like off the camera? Because so I seem to see him on the camera. I've seen him on clips. I never see that guy smile. I'm always seeing that guy angry. I've seen some hilarious clips of him where the mobile phone's going off. He says, "Are you going to answer the phone or not?" And he's looking at the guy, and the mobile phone's still going off. And another guy asked him a question, said, "Do you think you're going to get the sack?" This guy, look,
You
he
know
was
what?
going to kill him.
I couldn't really comment on him so much because I don't know him very well. I know a few friends of his better than I know him himself, and I also know his father better than I know him. So I can't really say too much what he's like, but I'm a fan of his anyway, a big fan, and he's the right character.
Cool. Ingram, I think Ward is a special boxer and Kovalev is a special puncher.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'd be very inclined to agree there.
In your career, or from the outside looking in, or the inside and look at it, that you see in the world of boxing that you'd like to see changed for a boxer?
I didn't really hear that question there. I'm sorry.
You'd like to see change within boxing.
Within boxing, things I like to see change within boxing.
Yeah. 3 things you'd like to see change in boxing. Yeah, he's there.
Well, I don't know. Maybe over a certain weight division, I think they should be the rounds should be less, and the fights maybe in heavyweights make them around the 8-round fights because in the bigger weight divisions maybe middleweight up even 8-round fights because I think there's a lot of loitering around and if the pace is slowed down too much and they're not fit enough and they wouldn't have the energy levels to have a ferocious fight for 12 rounds, whereas if they cut down the rounds it might make for better fights, and that's one thing.
Okay.
Don't really know. I don't know. You caught me there.
Then, one final question to you: why doesn't RTE show any boxing anymore, Spike?
I think it's down to money, as far as I know. It's very disappointing. I actually got my trainer Pascal was saying how disappointing it was. I started playing Gaelic football again recently, just by chance, and immediately when RT heard I was playing Gaelic football, they were down to do a little documentary, a little clip, and they showed it on Friday on a program called Thank GA It's Friday. Yet I was involved in some very big fights over the years, and they never showed any of those on RT. So disappointing and annoying.
Connection. Okay. You want to say before you, especially the Anthony Ogogo thing?
What's that, Graham?
Yes. Anything you want to say before we close here in terms of Anthony Ogogo or call outs or anything like that?
Well, I just want to say to Anthony Ogogo, you can't call Irish out and they get away with it. He's got to man up now and be a man of his word. He said he wanted to fight me after he got a little bit more experience knocking guys out in a few months, and he's done that now. So now's the time I'm back, and let's get along.
Okay. Michael Sullivan, thank you to Baylor TV. We're take him tonight. Apologies for the connection. It's my end or Spike's and or just the connection in general. But thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we'll get an interview with Spike live. Maybe I'll go and meet Spike in court and get a Spike or Sullivan. Thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV, or sorry, Irish. Thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you very much for taking time to speak to me, and sure I'll chat to you again soon. Over and out. Irish. Take care, champ. Bye, Graham.
Bye. Take care.
Bye, mate.